I'm Justin Rollins. This is All Elite Talk. And with me today, we have a fan favorite of Spartanburg, Miss Kathryn Harvey. Kathryn, thank you so much for
Thanks for
joining
having
us here.
me.
I got to be honest with you. I train someone every week that has a Kathryn Harvey shirt on.
No
Without
way.
fail, without fail. Yeah.
Oh, that made
Yeah.
my
Yeah. You are super popular in the area. And I know you've done a lot of great things in Spartanburg, but you are originally from Spartanburg, correct? Grew up
yeah.
here. We come on here and we like to talk about how this area is just exploding. How was Spartanburg growing up?
So I was just talking about this last night because with the new ball field opening, downtown's just transforming. And I moved back in 2017 and we didn't have freight yard yet.
Yeah.
There wasn't a wine bar downtown.
Right.
Just the movement we have seen has been transformational just in the short time that I've been home. But when I was here, I remembered it as a lovely place to grow up. But when you're thinking about culturally, what can you do and the food scene and everything like that, I think we've really gained a lot of momentum on this place where you can live, work, and play. And
Right.
all of those things have more to offer right now. And we're sitting here on the rail trail, and the trail system has exploded. And I think that's one of the most valuable pieces of our community right now. And I've had the pleasure of working with PAL since I've moved back. And it's just one of these moments where it is really nice to be home.
I think you hit the nail on the head. You said 2017. I would say what, in the last 6, 7 years, it's really
Yep.
exploded. We have a lot of musicians that come on and they've talked about the past 5 years. There's all these places that you can perform. And you said that rail trail system back 10 years ago, we just had this rail trail.
Yeah.
Now we have River Birch. We have was the Daniel Morgan Hopper. I'm missing a lot. They're going to connect all this. It's crazy where it's going. My next segue, growing up for me, I mentioned before this, I live in Gaffney. So coming to Spartanburg was the big city to me. But you actually went to the big city. You went to New York.
I did, but going to Gaffney was the yellow mall for me. I
Yeah,
still
yeah.
have an affinity.
Yeah.
It's more than just
And
the
you got it
Detroit.
right. It's the
That's
Yellow
right.
Mall.
It's the yellow mall.
It's not whatever it's called. It's the Yellow
I
Mall.
couldn't tell you what it's
No,
called.
no one
because
can.
It's just the yellow mall.
And if anybody calls it by the name on the sign, they have no clue where they're at.
Okay,
Right.
I
Right.
can
It's the
sniff
Yellow
them
Mall.
out in a minute. So yeah, I left in 2000. I graduated from Spartan High, went to college at NYU, and ended up staying and growing a career in New York until 2016, and did a stint out in LA for a year. And I'll be honest with you, coming home, it wasn't a master plan of staying home. It was, let's get back to the East Coast. It hit me. My brother had his second kid, and I was literally taking a plane, a train, and an automobile to get to a birthday party
So
from
that moved you
LA.
there earlier.
And I was like, this is long term not going to cut. These are our family babies. When I came back, I found what we just talked about, this like burgeoning community, and just started consulting and working with local small businesses and nonprofits. And I just thought, there is something so special happening right now. I want to be a part of it. I didn't know what it was going to look like. And I just took a risk going out on my own and starting my own firm. And really, the biggest thing was just showing up in the community, right? It was just, I want to be everywhere because I want to know about everything. And this community welcomed me with open arms in a way that's still unbelievable to me, that I've been able to do what I've been able to do in the last 7 years.
That's really cool you said that, because a lot of what we talk about is pillars in the community and just getting out and getting Spartanburg. This is a lot of what we do. We like to bring in people from all facets of the different parts. And you really just got to get your name out and get in. And this Spartanburg people are the best people out there, in my opinion. Like,
I
they
agree.
will open up doors for you. You just got
You just
to,
have to show up.
you just got to show
You
up.
just
You
have
just
to-
got to show up. And
And
it's reps. You
it-
have to keep doing it.
It is. And I think if you show up somewhat unagendized,
Right.
and you show up true, altruistically, right, and because you want to be a part of the betterment of
right.
something, folks get that, and they're more than willing to fold you in. And for me, it was, I came from working in branding, nonprofit marketing most of my career. So when I came back, I found this huge philanthropic and nonprofit community. And just, we have so many nonprofits, but there was this massive gap in the marketing services available at the time. There were like a few major agencies, but a lot of these smaller orgs were priced out. And I thought to myself, this is something I can do, right? So here I have a service I can offer. And there's so many organizations that are doing amazing work. But you think about right now, think about how many people are moving here.
Right.
So you're constantly trying to figure out how to talk to new people and then keep people engaged
Right.
and then you volunteer, all of these things, all of that, at the core is communications. And so it was like, okay, let's just dive in. Let's just start showing up. What organizations would it be fun to start working with? And honestly, the folks who are responsible for our amazing trail system were some of my first clients. And I got so many access points to the community through that. But it really, to your point, it's just like we're exploding. There's something here for everyone. And we want people to be engaged.
And that's with all elite training. I always say this, almost every podcast, we do more than just count push-ups. We're wanting to get the community involved. We've done a lot with suicide prevention. We work hand in hand with them. We've done stuff with the Hope Center, just going volunteering, like you said, without an agenda to these kids that
need it.
They need it.
Yeah.
They need it. And it's just pulling people together for the betterment of each other. It's more than just trying to make X amount of dollars off an hour. It's trying to create something that's not there and something people can gravitate to. A lot of what you're saying goes hand in hand with what we try to create. So that's really cool. But I want to go back to this real quick. When you went to New York, I think this is super cool. You work with Sesame Street, correct?
I did.
I think that is amazing.
It was a dream, right? Who gets to land in New York and then goes to do that for nearly a decade. Sesame Street is the U.S. show, and then 16 co-productions around the world are all under the umbrella of this global nonprofit called Sesame Workshop. And I got to work on they brought me into market, like the first live action show. You're probably too young for this.
I went to the one at Memorial Auditorium.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to the plays and I went to Charlotte. I remember when I was 5.
For Sesame Street.
For Sesame Street Live. I don't know if that's what you're talking about.
So, but back in the 70s, there was a show called The Electric Company.
I remember that.
Memorial Freeman. Okay, so they brought me in to help produce and market the first remake of it in 30 years. So it was a live action series. So we were targeting like third graders. It was a reading comprehension show, which was really cool because we had everybody on there from like Common to Lin-Manuel Miranda. We brought every celeb through to make this more appealing for kids who were going to watch it on PBS and other shows. So that was like my entry point in. And then I went on to do a lot of work on a global level. You talk about some of the toughest topics facing kids, from food instability to migration. A lot of the work was in refugee camps around the world, trying to build up capacity for early childhood education. But it was all of the special sauce that makes Sesame Street still appealing today after 50 years. But we were able to localize that, right? So it was attractive and educational for kids in countries around the world. And that was really, for me, I went from like U.S. TV land to literally international development over the course of my trajectory there. And when I came back here, I thought there's so much of what I learned through partnership building and strategic communications and initiative building through that. And there's so much of that here, right? If you think about what makes Spartanburg, I think the most special is that we cross party lines and demographic lines and like leadership lines to get something done for our community all the time. And that is why things work the way they work in this town. And it's why, wow, development is skyrocketing, and we're seeing this incredible movement in our downtown and real estate, like all these areas that also need to move in lockstep. We're also taking care of our people,
right?
Especially the people who have been here the longest. And that for me was really important to be able to see and then also be a part of, and thinking about like really sowing my roots again here. So I think so much of the experience I got to have for 20 years after I left, and then coming back and almost seeing like a microcosm of it happening right in my town, just felt this is where I was supposed to be.
That's truly what they say, full circle.
Yeah, it is. It was the best boomerang.
That is awesome. You have something super exciting coming up April 29th, correct? That's the speaker series at Wofford College. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. And talking to a couple of folks who had supported my run for Congress last year, We were just talking about what we could be doing right now to help foster conversation and in a bipartisan way, right? There is a lot of information that people are seeking right now. And we want to have reputable folks who are engaged and informed who are the influencers in their own right in this political environment, come talk to us. And I met with the folks at Wofford and I said, would you be willing to host this series? It's going to be 4 parts. It's called A Candid Conversation With. We're launching April 29th with our former Congressman Trey Gowdy and our former House Rep Bakari Sellers, who are both political commentators at the moment. And it's really to foster a bridge right now to understand what's happening on a national level, how that's impacting us locally, but more importantly, for people to be able to feed into information.
Right.
I think knowledge is power right now, and it's really hard to get information and know it's coming from a trusted source or feel comfortable trusting it.
Because right now, I think with the cell phone age, you just read something, take it for model.
And quite frankly, over the last decade, we have had such a division in how we digest our information that many of us get information on a completely different plane than even our neighbors do. So we are almost learning from 2 pots.
Right.
And that dichotomy, that break in information is causing division. And this, I'm hoping, is a room full of folks who potentially worship differently and are on different political ideologies of the spectrum and live in different parts of the area and are coming from other parts of the region and are going to sit in a room and have a conversation.
Right.
And then they're going to go back home and digest this information and draw the conclusions that they need to draw to hopefully be a better participant in this civic process.
Right. You can walk in the front row right now and not everyone's thinking. So it equips you better in society.
It does.
But you're never going to be in a room full of the same people who think like you, believe like you, worship like you.
And I don't want to be.
Right. I don't either.
I
That's
don't want to
boring.
be in that type of room.
That is very boring.
I would like to continue to be learning from folks who don't just lockstep with me. I think that's how we move forward
And you
better
grow.
together. That's exactly right. You do as a person, you do from an information and processing standpoint, but that was really the impetus for it. And I've been able to collaborate with Wofford in the past. They have an incredible team, and it was just the perfect union to get this done and get it done quickly. So we hope folks will join us April 29th, 6 p.m.
We'll flash the graphic to address and everything on here, but is this ticketed? Is this free? Or
It's free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, absolutely. Wofford typically does not ticket their events. So again, this is really for the community. And we're already working on the second session in the series. We're going to hope to announce it that night. So come one, come all.
This will be a 4-part series. Okay.
So we'll be doing it quarterly leading into next year. And again, the goal is having national conversation, statewide conversation, local conversations. We're making sure that we're getting a range of voices to the stage so we can really foster that dialogue amongst folks who think and believe differently.
Absolutely. And like you said, what fun would it be if everybody's the same? That would be boring.
Yeah.
Kathryn, thank you so much. We are going to take a quick break and we're going to come back with the lightning round. This is Justin Rollins and All Elite Talk with Kathryn Harvey.
Awesome. Thanks, y'all.
All right, Kathryn, we are back. This is our lightning round. I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock, rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Softballs right to you to get them out of the park. And go. Morning person or night owl?
Ooh, night owl.
Are you a dog or cat person?
Definitely a dog.
Dream vacation?
Ooh, like Bali.
Favorite type of cuisine?
Salad.
Favorite genre of music?
Like funk.
Favorite game to play as a child?
Rummy Cub.
Favorite snack food?
Oh, man. Like cashews.
What is your hidden skill?
Diplomacy.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Yes, 100%.
Go-to karaoke song?
Ooh, it would have to be like a disco, like a Donna Summer's disco song.
Favorite sport to watch?
Ooh, women's basketball.
What movie could you watch every day?
Clear and Present Danger.
Favorite TV show?
I'm watching Madam Secretary right now.
Time. Good job.
But
Killed it.
yeah, I could watch Clear and Present Danger every day, and I would not get mad at it.
We actually about had lightning for the first time in our lightning round.
Very, literally bringing the heat.
That's it.
Awesome.
Kathryn Harvey, thank you so
Thanks.
much for joining us. Awesome. We hope to have you back again.
Excellent.
This is Justin Rollins and All Elite Talk.